Let the adventure continue. I am here at the Lakeview Campground in the Coconino, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Coconino National Forest here just outside of Flagstaff, probably about 15-minute drive from Flagstaff. And I found myself I found myself a rather nice little place. For $23 a night, I don't think that you can go all that wrong. And there is a beautiful lake just on the other side of those trees over there. And I'm in space number 2 here underneath a beautiful tree, as you can see here as well. And I'm going to camp here for the night, and then I think I might take advantage of a spot that's opening up tomorrow morning just over here. This is space number 2, and I may actually come over and spend the night in space number 3. Not quite sure. We'll have to see. But I want to take a moment and introduce you to a wonderful couple. You know, you never know what to expect. It's oftentimes when you're traveling, you know, it's oftentimes the people that you meet and the relationships that you develop that are so much more rewarding than the places that you go and visit and the experiences you do. I mean, don't get me wrong, parasailing in the Italian Alps is incredible. An overnight train from Budapest to Romania, that can't be forgotten, you know. And diving the Great Barrier Reef, of course, that's right up there at the top. But it's the people that you meet, you know. Oftentimes it's the people that you meet that make traveling all the worthwhile. Like right here you have the hostess with the mostess, you know. That's what it says all around northern Arizona. I've been hearing about you. All over.
Are you teasing me?
All over they're saying you gotta go see the hostess with the mostest at the Lakeview Campground. Okay. Now, who is this? Is Phil.
This is Phil.
This is Phil.
This is my better half.
This is your better half?
He keeps all the stuff rolling real good.
Now, who's the boss here?
He is.
You're the boss.
Not really.
Okay. Now, I want you to be honest. Okay. If you're going to be on Tom TV, you got to be brutally honest. All right. How'd I do backing into my space over there?
You know, it
Without
looks
any
okay.
assistance. You were watching.
Yes.
Was I?
Do you have enough room so you can put your awning up?
I do.
Okay. And enough room for a chair to go there?
I do.
And maybe a barbecue?
I do.
Then you did great. It looks good from here.
Uh-huh. Now, I was hoping to find a space with a lovely travel companion waiting for me.
Well, there's one.
There is one?
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew?
Yes.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yes.
I know Pepe Le Pew.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He visits
Real
all
stink. That's a real
campsites.
stinker.
It's a real stinker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pepe,
he will
Pepe
come and
Le
visit.
Pew. He will, huh?
There's Foxy, and she comes down the hill, and when the berries are on some of our trees,
Uh-huh.
she will climb that tree and get the berries.
Now, who is this?
She's a little fox.
Gray
We call her
fox.
Foxy.
A little
Gray
fox.
fox. Yes.
Really? And a
Yes.
little fox will climb the tree?
Yes.
You've got to get that on YouTube.
I know.
You know, we got to figure out how to get that on YouTube. So here we are at Lower Lake, and this is my first experience camping in such accommodations as this. This is, we're in the National Forest. And please, is it Coconino?
Coconino.
Coconino, I got it right.
You got it right.
Coconino. There's this guy in the villages in Florida named Skip Smith. Have you ever heard of Skip Smith?
I have not.
He is the grumpiest man east of the Mississippi.
I
He
don't wanna
is.
meet him.
No, you don't want to meet him.
No.
He's this lonely old guy. He sits in what he thinks is a man cave. It's actually just a spare room that the wife didn't need. You know, so she put a recliner in there and a big TV for him, and she said, "Here, honey, here's your man cave." Okay, so he sits in this man cave all day long at what he thinks is a man cave, and he watches Tom TV, and he lives vicariously through me. You know, he likes to live vicariously through me, and I like to give him a hard time. You know, I like to give Skip Smith a hard time. How he scored a wife such as he did, named Sue Smith, is beyond me.
Opposites,
But you might meet Skip and Sue Smith. Okay, if you do meet Skip Smith, tell him he can stay for free if he cleans the outhouse. Okay.
I have 3 of them, so.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll do
They're
anything.
actually pit toilets.
He'll do
Don't
any-
let him get you wrong. They're pit toilets,
He'll
so
do
they're
an-
different.
He'll do anything if he hears the word free.
Free?
He'll just say, you know, how often do I got to clean them? You know, and that's it. But anyway, so this is you are so this. I asked you when I came in. I said, are you a National Forest employee? And you said no.
No,
You work for a concessionaire.
we do.
And what is the name of the
It's
concessionaire?
Recreation Resource Management.
Recreation Resource Management.
Yes.
Okay. And it is are they a national? Do they?
They go all over the U.S. They even have some in Florida.
No kidding.
Yeah,
And so you get a free space, I'm assuming.
we do now. We have been with our RM for 6 years.
Okay.
So your first year you come on board, you pay a small fee for your site.
Okay.
But we've been here long enough now that we get a free camp area. We get our propane.
Are you here in the
free.
winter?
No.
No.
We live
Phil,
down
Phil would
south.
have no word of it. The
Back
winter.
to
Hell,
the desert.
Back to the
hell
desert,
no.
yeah.
Phil's not the cold weather type, is he?
Not anymore. That's why
Not,
we moved
not,
down here.
not anymore.
No,
So
this is great.
so now you don't have water here, do you? You have
We
hookup?
actually do have water.
You get hookup.
We
Yeah.
get water, we got sewer, we got
No
everything
kidding.
here. And it's all inclusive with our job. Plus we get a small
Wait.
wage.
Yeah. Do you get any? You don't have any like internet or anything like that as a?
No, they don't give us that, but
Uh-huh.
we have it.
How do you get it?
We get it through our phone.
Who's your carrier?
We have Verizon.
That's who I have.
They're great. You can't get any service
Well, I
here.
don't know yet. I haven't tried
You should
yet.
try.
I haven't tried
Yeah.
yet.
We get
So-
service here.
Interesting.
Really good service here. That's our outlet, you know,
Uh-huh.
Facebook, things, and YouTube.
I'll be
Another
darned.
one. I'm definitely going to look you up.
No, don't be looking me up. Are you going to look me up? Really?
Well, I'm going to look
Now
for
let me
Tom
ask you.
TV.
I got to ask you the obvious
Okay.
question. Okay. As beautiful as you are, do you have a sister?
I do not.
No sister.
No.
Oh well. All right. You can't win them all.
No, but
So-
thank you.
So it's $23 a night to stay
Yes,
here.
it
And
is.
the lake seems beautiful. Do people
Oh.
swim in the lake?
They swim, they fish, they boat, they kayak. It is a great place to come, and whatever you like to do in the water, you can generally do it.
Can I skinny dip?
If that's what you want to do, just don't do it around the campground.
And they actually have the Ironman competition here. Qualification.
They have the Ironman?
The Ironman
Yes.
qualifications they have on this lake.
Uh-huh.
It's late summer.
I see.
And that's part of the deal is swimming. So
Uh-huh. It's the Ironman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Swim, bike, run.
Run.
Uh-huh.
And it all starts down at the Upper Lake Mary day use area.
I'll be darned.
Usually twice a year they have something like that goes on. I know late summer they have the Ironman, but they have other things that
I
go
see.
on too.
Phil, how did you meet this wonderful woman?
Well, we used to know each other through previous wives and husbands.
Yeah?
We were just friends.
Uh-huh. And how long have you two known each other?
Mid-70s, probably.
Mid-70s.
Yeah.
You've been together for a little while,
We've been
huh?
together for a long time.
You've been putting up with each other for a little while.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Hell or high water.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes
right.
it's hell, but mostly we're good.
And talking about the water again, the high water. If I wanted to like rent a kayak or something like that, is that possible?
It is possible. Now I don't know. Did you come up Lake Mary
did.
Road?
I did.
Did you see that little
General store?
Lake Mary country store?
I did.
Kayaks, boats. I call them Johnny boats.
Sure.
With the motor.
Sure.
The wakeboards with
Uh-huh.
paddle boards, I think is what they call
Wonderful.
them. They have every kind of fishing that you need in there.
Wonderful.
Fishing license, hunting license. They show you pictures of what people have been catching here.
Uh-huh.
So, did you say you had a fishing pole with you?
I do.
If you want to know what to catch and how to catch it, that's
Uh-huh.
where you want to go.
Fantastic. All right. And so the limit here is 14 days.
It is.
Do you have people that'll stay 14 days, leave one day, come back?
Well, you're really not supposed to do that.
I see.
They'll stay away for 2 weeks to a month and then
I
come
see.
back.
Because
Yeah.
they know that Phil is here, and if they try to come back too quick, that's why they hired Phil.
Yeah, check
right?
the records. That's what we have
That's
to
Check the
right.
records.
That's
Check the
right.
records.
You know, so Phil will take care of that
He
thing.
does. He gets the bad stuff. I get the good stuff.
So I checked in for one night. Well, I checked in. I told you I want to stay 2 nights. And if I decide on the second night that I want to stay longer, it's subject to availability, it's not a problem.
Not a problem.
You don't take reservations?
No, it's first come, first serve. Checkout's 11, so as long as you let us know by 11, we'll know.
And can I schedule a wake-up call?
Hey, yeah. Where
Now
my
that
cat
is a
comes in.
service. That is a service that you
is.
could start to offer.
He gets us
you
up
know?
at 5 a.m. I'll
Wake-up
just have him
calls.
go wake you up.
Skip Smith likes to be woken up around 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, Lord. That's way too early.
All right, folks. Thank you so
You're
much.
very
for,
welcome.
Thank you so much for being on Tom TV. Okay.
bet.
I'm gonna
pleasure.
mosey. Have you ever seen one of these
I
devices
have
here?
never seen that.
This device is what's called it's called a stabilizer or a gimbal. Okay. And I can do something like this.
That's amazing.
I can just turn the camera around.
Oh, wow.
You see, I can move it up.
That is
I can move
great.
it down. You know, all that kind of stuff. I can
Wow.
move it. You know, I can show people. You know, I can show people the ceiling of your tent. You know, or I can show people what color your nail polish is.
I
all
don't
that kind
have
of
any.
stuff. So, anyway,
not a
where are
girly
you
girl.
two from?
We're from Washington State. We're from the western side.
Uh huh.
If you've ever heard of Silverdale or Seabeck, that's where we're from, and we lived there all of our lives.
Wonderful.
Had some friends down in the desert. They said, come and visit.
Mhm.
We went to Vegas. Loved Vegas, drove from Vegas a couple hours, found our friends. Couldn't understand why anybody would want to live here.
Wow.
It was so hot.
I'll be darned.
But we stayed there 4 days, fell in love with it,
Fantastic.
and came back and have lived in Arizona probably about 10 years, don't you think? Worked
Yeah.
here 6. It's nice to get out of that hot heat. And Flagstaff's very expensive to live,
Sure.
but we can afford to work here. And we love it here. It's a beautiful park. It's a beautiful area.
Insofar as the wildlife, is there anything
Yes.
dangerous to be worried about, like rattlesnakes, bears, mountain lions?
I have had to disperse 2 rattlers in 6 years.
In 2 years, so not too much of a problem.
Nope.
No.
But mountain lions, yes. Which park was it that had that? Was that
I don't remember.
that might have been Pine Grove? They had
Uh-huh.
a mountain lion. They had to corral
I see.
and distribute.
All right.
So
Sounds-
yeah, there is
sounds
some.
good.
You
There's
just got to be
wildlife.
careful.
Mostly deer and elk.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of deer and elk, what's she making you for dinner tonight, Phil?
We haven't really discussed that part
You
yet.
haven't
It's
yet,
so
huh?
hot. We thought about cereal. It's one of those kind of nights.
All right, you two folks are adorable. I
Thank
was telling people, you know, I travel the world, and it's all well and good when you travel the world, the experiences that you do and the places you visit and all that type of stuff. But ultimately, it's the people that you meet and the relationships that you develop that brings the greatest reward to travel.
Awesome.
And you are certainly no exception.
Thank you.
I'm still pondering Phil over there.
He's
Okay,
he's the quiet one.
yeah,
I am the quiet
I'm
one.
still thinking about him. But Sherry, you definitely are the hostess with the mostest. You
Thank
lived
you.
up to the reputation.
Oh, that's good. I'm
All
going
right.
to have to look that reputation up.
All right.
I think that's great because we have a genuine love for people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing we love about our job. We get to meet them from all over the world. So
Wonderful.
not just here, but everywhere.
Fantastic.
So,
And I'm going.
worth
And,
it.
and you said riding the unicycle's not a problem. There's
Not-
no rules against riding the
No,
unicycle.
and I'll tell you where to go. We have a great trail that
Uh-huh.
goes right to the lake and it's paved.
Okay.
So it'll be easy for you to get around. Now it is downhill, but there's switchbacks.
And where is that? Over at the far end?
Yes, this is a big circle, so when you unhook,
Uh huh.
you go and you'll go around and to the back of the circle. You'll see
Mm-hmm.
a dumpster down there, and to the left is called the wood trail.
I see.
Half a mile, paved, switchbacks. At the bottom there's a tunnel, goes under the road, So you don't have to battle the
Fantastic.
drivers.
Okay.
And then you come out, there's still more trail, and the lake is there.
All right.
beautiful.
Well, I'm going to go walk around.
You go walk around
And-
and have fun.
Let me give you a word to the wise, if I
Okay.
may, before I leave. Okay, when Skip Smith, if and when Skip Smith comes here, and he's asking you if you have hookups, he's not talking about water and electricity and
Oh, he-
cable and stuff, you know? So just tell him this is not that kind of campground.
Okay, good.
Okay, there are no hookups here. Okay, and he's
That's
just going to
funny.
have to go someplace else, you know? Maybe back to Florida to find a campground with hookups.
He might have to.
All right.
They have them in the desert, though.
Sounds good. All right.
Thank you so much, and
Okay.
welcome. We'll talk to you when
All
you're
right.
ready.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, folks. So what a joy, and I'm gonna just do a little walk and talk through the campground. So you got to be conscientious of the foxes. Okay. Well, there's a fox that climbs trees. Wouldn't that be something to see? You know, fox that climbs trees. So we're going to just kind of walk and talk. And boy, the smell here is just really exceptional. And there you can see, you know, now that my TLC, or LTC, the second time I've done that today, now that my lovely travel companion has gone on her way, I've got 2 bikes. I'm lugging around an extra bike, you know. So who knows? Maybe before the trip is through, I'll have the opportunity to have another lovely travel companion. Time will tell, as the expression goes. But I am tempted just to hang out here for a while. Here is the space that's going to open up tomorrow morning. Space number 3 is going to be opening up right here. And that's got a nice, look at that, it's right up on the top of the hill there. You can see she was recommending that I come over and stay at space number 3. He's got his generator sitting right there. So he's got the generator, and he's got his nice little pickup truck. Something I could have done as well. The Palomino Backpack Edition. He's just reading sitting and reading the paper. I'm showing them my spot for tomorrow.
I'm here tomorrow.
Are you here tomorrow?
Yeah.
She said you were leaving tomorrow.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Her mistake then. All right. Is this space number 3?
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but now I decided to stay another night.
All right. It's a nice spot.
It is a nice spot.
Look at that.
I hadn't noticed.
Very, very nice spot. Space number 3. And boy, if I'm not tempted to just hang out. Here's another nice little space. There are no shortage of some really nice camping areas here. Here's a gentleman that looks like he has a nice looks like a nice catamaran right here on his on the back of his camper. Look at that. And he's got a nice camper as well. So down here you got some more sites. Be nice if I could actually, to wrap up this video, for those of you who may be interested. Now here's another beautiful spot right down here on the turnaround. She said basically however you might pull in, you just pull in and just park your just park yourself somewhere. Well, this actually has a permit, so somebody's actually staying here. But for example, I could just park my camper right here and have that space. Now somewhere down here they were saying that there is a paved path that'll take us down to the lake, and I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna wait to to search around and find that paved path, but if only to make this video complete. I think that I'll mosey on down and maybe I'll end up seeing the third rattlesnake in 6 years that Phil has come across. But just look how beautiful this is. This is the western United States, folks. You know, whispering pines, and it just really can't. It can't be beat. You have nice warm days. You have nice warm days. You have cool nights, perfect for sleeping weather. You have foxes that climb trees to get berries, and Pepe Le Pew comes around at nighttime to do his little thing. It was actually one of my favorite cartoons growing up. Was Pepe Le Pew. It was always a good cartoon. I remember going up to, I think it was McDonald's that used to run a promotion where they would offer little characters on their glasses when you buy a large soda. You know, back in the day. So I'm just gonna walk down now. You know, I might as well. I was thinking about actually moseying on down to Tucson, but if I can actually get Wi-Fi, like she is telling me, if I can get the Verizon signal, then I could actually stay here for the better part of a few days or several days. Rent myself a kayak or a canoe and come on down to this beautiful lake. Look at this lake. I would assume that the lake is rather cold. Would be my assumption. We are in northern Arizona at a rather high altitude, and so probably shouldn't. Walking through this tall grass, I'm gonna have to inspect myself for ticks. I would think that's something that I didn't necessarily think about as I was walking on down to the shoreline here of the lake. But there you can see the beautiful lake just right here. Probably do some nice fishing. I have a brother that just lives for fishing back in Ohio, and I'm sure that this is a spot that he would just absolutely love to come out and see this. I guess this is where he was saying they either do or train for the triathlon here in the late summer. So there's your lake, folks, and there is your tour of the lower lake, or Lakeview rather, my apology, the Lakeview Campground here in the Coconino National Forest, just about 15 minutes outside of the beautiful city of Flagstaff, Arizona. So hope you enjoyed the visit, and have a great day.